Hello, my Chunsters. My name is the Chun, and it's time to have some fun with Host Pro 2.0, episode 20, with Marcus.
Hello, everybody. I'm back again to give secondary views and opinions, which will be tasteful and in no way derogatory, I'm sure.
Yeah, no way will they be people bashing. That never happens with us. First thing of all, housekeeping. Sorry, I'm late. Things happen. First, gave a work colleague a lift to a nearby town. Then tea happened, and then I needed a wee, and then I needed to get drinks, and then it was just shit fell apart. So, but the plus side is, it means Marcus is here for the whole show, where before he probably would have only been here for half.
Yeah, I only woke up about 7:30-ish, so I was worried. I wasn't going to make the whole show, but I was going to be able to cut in. But you were running late anyway, so I guess that's a bonus.
Well, I mean, on sleep front, I'm more than good to go, because yesterday it was I was basically completely exhausted after the morning. I wasn't feeling very well anyway. Still not. If in case people are wondering, there's something wrong with the Chun's voice. It's because I got a cold still. But yesterday I really wasn't feeling well, so I was just completely wiped out after work. And at 3:30, I was falling asleep on my sofa. So I was just like, just go to bed. Went to bed, and I slept all the way through from 3:30 till 6 a.m.
Wow.
That was a good 13 and a half hour sleep.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it didn't take any doing. I just shut my eyes and it happened. Next thing I know, alarm clock. Oh, good. Time to go back to work then. Well, not time to go back to work. Time to go and pick up a colleague. Anyway, so shows, topics. Yes, we've got some good ones. We have the Money in the Bank predictions, and Marcus has written down the card this time, so I'm not going to be announcing the matches. So that's going to be a change-up, as per usual, as Marcus is just showing you his notes.
I have notes on pretty much everything. I've actually come prepared this time.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse my scruffy handwriting. This
is a professional show. We have notes some of the time. We also have a movie fights inspired topic, but I'm actually movie fights aren't doing this week. They're not actually touching this one. So Christopher Lee's most iconic role. So when you think of his most famous role, so Christopher Lee, what do you think of? Then we've got a story about Dusty Rhodes. The American Dream has passed away, so we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about a car. It's the Seat Ibiza 1.2 FR Black. It's my car, basically. We're going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about Chris Pratt has actually been announced as the new Indiana Jones. And then we've got some Would You Rathers. And one of these Would You Rathers I just wrote down because I thought it sounded funny. And another one has a bit of a topic back to, for those of you who know it, oh Christ, Machinima, Respawn Inbox. We've got a topic that appeared on the Reddit today, but has been done by them in the past, and I just want to see what Marcus thinks of this topic, because this is funny. And then we've also got the Just Do It! Oh, Shia LaBeouf as the most inspirational man in world history, and that includes Bo Dallas. So that's what happened.
Nike have probably seen a 5% increase in sales ever since then as well.
Yeah, I could see that happening. And now I've lost a picture of my car, so that's good. Anyway, I've got it back. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to find a stream, because the stream is always helpful. Yes. Yeah.
And if I do tune out at any point, people, it's because I'm currently watching last year's Money in the Bank, because we're gearing up to watch it live tonight.
Yes, I'm heading over to the big Marcuse's house, and I'm going to enjoy some pay-per-view wrestling. And hopefully enjoy, we'll talk about that one in the so I suppose first topic, me old fruit, it's getting done, and that's Money in the Bank predictions. And it feels like to me now we're doing like a prediction show every week with the amount of like stuff they're peddling on the network. It's awesome.
Yeah, there seem to be like pay-per-views springing up every fortnight now, which is good for us. I mean, I don't mind it so much. But I feel a bit sorry for the guys having to work about 3 times as hard as they would have done, like maybe 2 years ago. But
Well, yeah, because pay-per-view matches are normally quite physical. They're not like a normal TV match where you just run through the spots. It's proper physical shit.
well, yeah, and I'm surprised WWE's got the money to pay him for this, or are they kind of throwing these things together at the last minute and saying, "Oh yeah, here's $5,000," or "Oh yeah, here's $2,000. It's an extra bit of money for you," or something.
Good question, but I wouldn't know. I guess it's the WWE's problem. If they want to throw out all these pay-per-views, it's up to them to come up with the money.
Smudge is being very irritating. Yes,
as much as being very, very cute.
Yes, I know you've been a big brave boy and you've had your nads off.
And now he's getting really soft and cuddly again.
Yeah, and you want all the attention in the world. You've just got caught in my headphones.
Muggy.
But I'm a little bit busy at the minute, mate. So if you could kindly go away for a minute or two.
No, he won't. No, he won't.
Come on, bud. I'll give you some attention in a bit. Good boy.
Yeah.
Right. Do you want to go through the match card first?
Let's do it.
Okay, so on the pre-show, we have King Barrett, Bad News Barrett, whatever you want to call him, versus R-Truth, or R-Trizzle, as JBL likes to call him. Predictions for that one, pretty open-ended, really. I've already picked my winner.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty confident it's going to go to the king of Bad News. Bad News Barrett, that's what I'm going to say.
Well, it's weird. When you said, like, you know, they might be giving him a push with this King of the Ring stuff, he's actually had more losses than he has had wins lately. So
I don't know. It's almost like they're completely trying to devalue the whole King of the Ring thing again.
So just for a kick-off, no offense, R-Truth, but I don't see you beating King Barrett.
No, I don't either. Although I will say something for R-Truth. I thought I actually genuinely found the segment where he came out and was trying to announce what he's going to do at Money in the Bank quite funny. And Kane's just like, "What are you doing?" It's like, I'm tell everybody what I'm doing in Money in the Bank. You aren't even in the match, aren't I? No. You sure? Oh, my bad. Sorry. And he just walks off. I was just like, huh? What the fuck?
They're trying to sully down R-Truth a little bit, I think.
I found it quite amusing, but in a really what the hell kind of way.
Very last minute promo, I think that was thrown together. Okay, so we're both basically sold on Barrett winning. Probably going to be about
Barrett, yeah.
10-minute match max, I reckon, because it'll be the pre-show, so there'll be 45 minutes of promo work going on. I haven't got the card written down. Well, we don't actually know what the order of the card is, but I've just got the matches written down as I saw them announced. I think next it's going to be, to start the pay-per-view, it's going to be New Day versus Primetime Players. And I've got my prediction.
My first reaction, jerk reaction is knee jerk. That is would be the New Day.
Yeah, that's basically mine. I think it's going to be some kind of screwjob finish.
But I would like to see the Primetime Players win it, just because I think they deserve the Tag Team Championships once in their career.
Yeah, because they've never held them before, and the trouble is, Primetime Players, even though they're hot now that they've come back, they were much hotter when they first got together. So they should have given them a run back then. But obviously, Darren had to take time out. Mr. No Days Off actually ended up having to have like over a year.
That's what I find really funny about that whole thing. Mr. No Days Off. I need a couple of days off.
Yeah, turns out to be about a year's worth off, leaving Titleist to singles. But yeah, I think New Day, mainly because they're liking the whole New Day rocks, New Day sucks thing, and they're getting over quite well as the with the three-bird rule as well, or free-bird rule, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, my prediction is going to be New Day with potential to be a screwjob finish there, or some kind of cheat finish, disqualification, something like that, interference from Kofi or something like that.
Basically, yeah, something along those lines. I think you're basically hot on the money there. Yeah, it just seems to be that they are really hot on the New Day's heels. And in fairness, I don't blame them. The New Days are actually really working well as a heel, I think.
Yeah, they're doing quite well. I think they're it's good for him as well because it'll be experience, especially trying to bring Xavier Woods into it with the 3-bird rule, because that might give Xavier Woods an opportunity to actually have a match at some point, because he hasn't been used much at all, to be honest.
No, he's been in a couple of matches, but yeah, not many. Certainly not. It's certainly not the workhorse of the stable. Let's put it that way.
Well, yeah, definitely.
But actually, I think is it gonna be Biggie and I think it's Biggie and Xavier defending the titles tonight because Kofi's in Money in the Bank, isn't it?
Yes, Kofi is in Money in the Bank, and yeah, so I think it will be Xavier and Big E, but I get the funny feeling that we're going to be seeing Kofi out there because, like I said, I'm predicting some kind of screw job finish or, like I said, 3-bird rule, something like that.
Yeah.
What else have we got on the card? I shouldn't have thrown my pen away, really. I threw my pen to try and distract Smudge, but it didn't work. Okay, so we've done that one. Next is most likely going to be Ryback versus Big Show. I'm not sure if it's not for the IC title, is it? No, it is. No, it must be. Yeah, it is for the.
Assuming it is.
Yeah, it is for the title. As for winners of that one, well, keep in mind, Ryback is still injured at the minute, I think, as well, with the bad ribs. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to give it to Ryback.
I was thinking Ryback with the potential of maybe a Big Show sort of DQing himself or something, like getting really angry and going to grab a chair or like assaulting a ref or something.
I don't know. I mean, I think that Ryback has proven already that he's strong enough to shell shock the Big Show. So I don't know. I think they're trying to create. I think the Big Show's on the downturn on his career now, and it's about time they really push the next big, super muscly guy. So I don't know. The timing is right for Ryback to win clean with the shell shocked over the Big Show.
I see Ryback retaining. I'm just not entirely sure whether it will be clean or not, because if he retains clean, consider Show's coming off a loss from the Last Man Standing match as well with Roman Reigns. Yeah. So that would be. So in order to keep his credibility in some ways, a DQ finish would, it's obviously not a legit win for Ryback, but it's still a win for Ryback, and it doesn't make Show look anything other than someone who will just bend the rules to get what he wants, basically. If they want to keep Show around, that is.
True. Yeah, I'm pretty sure either way the result would be Ryback.
Next on the card is, the Money in the Bank match itself, featuring Dolph Ziggler, Neville. We both discussed we prefer him to be called Adrian Neville. Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, Sheamus, and Kane. Predictions for this match. My original knee-jerk reaction, and it's probably the reaction he's probably going to win it, is Roman Reigns.
Yeah, that was pretty much what I thought as well. So you got Kane and you got Randy Orton as well in there. Sheamus. I don't think Neville or Kofi are going to win it.
No.
Pretty convinced it's not going to be them.
No.
So Kane, Orton, Sheamus, Reigns. Is there a seventh?
The guys have got written down Dolph Ziggler.
Oh yeah, Dolph Ziggler. Oh, okay, no, I don't think he's going to be winning it this year. Yeah, I think it'll be Roman Reigns. I'm pretty sure it will be.
Mainly because they want to keep pushing him, basically. I think, and
yeah, they're keeping him there and thereabouts the world title scene, aren't they?
Yeah, the disaster of the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, which in itself wasn't, to be fair, after rewatching the match, wasn't that bad of a match, to be fair.
Well, here's my thoughts on Reigns. I think the Royal Rumble, I think the backlash from that was more to do with the Rumble booking itself, as much as it was to do with Roman Reigns. And then I think recently, now that he's working with Dean Ambrose a bit more again, I think he's on the upturn. He's been on the upturn since WrestleMania again.
Yeah, he's had quite a few cheers, and they're getting him over quite well as a face. But
yeah, it's starting to work.
I mean, out of all of them, I see, because you figure all of them, with the exception of, the exceptions being Kofi Kingston and Neville, who's still technically too new on the roster yet to win anything major, let's say, just looking at it through corporate eyes. Yeah, I don't see those guys doing it. And the other guys, they've all been champion before. They've all done it before. Who, in this match, you figure the only one, besides the two I've mentioned and Roman Reigns, I think everyone else in the match has won Money in the Bank. Ziggler has, Randy Orton has,
Yeah.
Kane has. Sheamus hasn't.
No, Sheamus hasn't. No.
But he was world champ within like what, a year of joining the company.
Yeah,
not even that.
Just it'd be a bit too completely out of nowhere, I think.
Well, apparently there was talk as well. Sheamus's dream opponent is Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but there's talk of Kevin Owens' dream opponent is Brock Lesnar. I think everyone wants to fight Brock Lesnar because Brock Lesnar is like the star power on the roster at the moment.
Yeah, well, apparently Brock is scheduled to be on Raw tomorrow night. Apparently so.
That's intriguing.
I'm wondering whether he might pop his head out in the pay-per-view. I doubt it very much because they probably haven't paid him to be on a pay-per-view. But yeah, he is scheduled to be on Raw, and then he is booked to wrestle at Payback, I think is the next one, or is it Battleground? No, it could be Battleground, actually.
We had Payback. That was...
Yeah, it's Battleground. It's Battleground, then SummerSlam. So I think he's queued to wrestle Payback, a fairly small match, and then SummerSlam, I think, is going to be his rematch.
Oh no, sorry, we've already had Payback. That was
Battleground. I keep getting mixed up. Yeah, Battleground. So he's going to wrestle at Battleground, and he is going to wrestle at SummerSlam as well. So I'm wondering if SummerSlam will be technically his champion's rematch because he hasn't had that yet.
Yeah, I'm also intrigued to see how this whole Kofi Kingston thing plays out. But again, I'm pretty sure that's just a live show, which I have to put on the network. So I don't think it's going to have any bearings on storylines or anything like that.
No, it is basically just a match to say that Brock is here. Be interesting to see him work with Kofi Kingston, though. Actually, I think.
I have a feeling Kofi Kingston's going to find it a pretty rough match.
Oh, I imagine so. But Kofi's no slouch. Kofi's beaten quite a few people before in the past, bigger guys. So, and he is very, very athletic. And add to the fact New Day might be there as well. So that's potential. I think they're booked to appear at the show, so they could be hanging around ringside. Potential feuds going on there. So we're both basically set on. We think Roman Reigns is going to walk out with it.
Yeah.
We have the Divas match, Nikki versus Paige. Both kind of know who's going to win that one, even though we want the other one to win.
Yeah. I don't know. I actually I'm on the fence. I have a funny feeling that after the Twin Magic thing was pulled a few weeks ago,
which is stupid because they don't even look alike anymore.
They don't even look alike anymore. Plus, the trunks are all wrong. Everything about this whole thing was wrong. But well, I think that's why they had to do it the way that the ref wasn't facing Brie, so they had to like go, oh yeah, that's how it works. It's like, well, yeah, but her trunks weren't even shiny, so funny. Anyway, I have a feeling that Paige, storyline-wise, is going to come out with a backup plan of her own. That's what I think was going to happen.
Potentially, but then
so I have a feeling it might be Paige on this one.
No, I get the feeling it's going to be Nikki. I think they're trying to make Nikki, who is, in case anybody doesn't know, is John Cena's wife.
Oh, yes.
And basically, the most dominant Divas champion we've had in a long time was AJ Lee. She was also the longest reigning Divas champion of the current era. So I get the funny feeling they're going to leave it with Nikki because they want her to beat AJ Lee because AJ Lee is married to, again, living underneath Brock, CM Punk, who they don't like very much.
Oh, you mean they're trying to kick CM Punk in the nads again?
Quite possibly. I think Cutty's still on.
I don't even why. I don't even think. I'm pretty sure. I don't know Phil Brooks, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't give a shit what the WWE does now. I'm pretty sure AJ doesn't either, since she's already left.
Well, I believe AJ's pregnant. I believe that's the reason she left.
I've heard that. Heard that rumor. Yeah.
And that's why she was in a tag match at Mania, because obviously I think she, at the time, was... Because when can you announce pregnancy? Is it after 6 weeks? Or 8 weeks? Something like that?
think so. Yeah.
Something like that. So I imagine she was probably about 6 weeks pregnant when she did the match at Mania and then her final Raw. So yeah, I believe she's going to have a little punklet running around.
Technically, if she has a daughter and her daughter goes into wrestling, her daughter will basically be a bit like Paige, because Paige's mum wrestled pregnant.
Yeah, but,
I think that's the story.
Yeah, but I see Nikki retaining that one just because it just makes sense. It's just the way they're going.
Well, I'm just going to keep things interesting for this one. I'm just going to stick with Paige. Just have a hunch.
I'd like to see Paige win, but I don't think she will.
Yeah, I see why you say that.
There's only 2 matches left. The big one, obviously, we know what that is, so we'll discuss Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. Seth Rollins has to win to get his title back, even though he is still technically officially the champion.
Well, it's a championship match, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a championship match.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's apparently though. No, what was it? I read something. Seth Rollins needs to win, otherwise I think there's some kind of stipulation added to the match. But yeah, it's going to be Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. I kind of made the pick in my head already who's going to win that one.
I think it'll be Seth.
Yeah. It'll be Seth Rollins.
I tell you what I'd like to see happen. I don't think it will. This is not a prediction, but something I'd quite like to see. I don't know why. Say the match happens, beat the hell out of each other. I'd like it if at the end of the thing, Roman Reigns having won Money in the Bank, which is what I thought was going to happen. He then comes out, looks like he's about to cash in on Seth Rollins, and then Dean Ambrose gets up. Looks like he's about to jump on Seth Rollins to make it even more unfair in Roman Reigns' favor. And then at that point, they just sort of. And then the authority walks out on stage like, no, this is not going down this way. We don't want this to happen this way. And then say Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins does his laugh, and they all just look up to the authority and just do the fists in.
I think that's wishful thinking.
I would love it, but it'd be cool if then they went and said the whole Seth Rollins betrayed the Shield was just a way to get in with the authority to bring ultimate power to the Shield.
That would work, but I don't think that's going to be happening. I have a funny feeling though. There was talk about Ambrose turning heel as well, so I'm wondering if something interesting is going to happen in this pay-per-view.
Yeah, I don't know. But either way, I'm sure Seth Rollins is going to win it.
Yeah, and obviously the last match, it's not going to be the last match on the card, even though it probably should be the main event, is the one that the world is talking about, everybody wants to see again, is Superman versus some fat guy that just walked out of a pub pissed out of his head at 1 a.m. who just wants to fight somebody. In case you don't know who I'm referencing John Cena versus Kevin Owens. No titles on the line. It's just basically...
And you're representing again.
Yeah, so that's basically just a rematch of what happened at Elimination Chamber, which was an instant classic 5-star match, which everyone's talking about. Now, this is a tough one because...
I don't know. I've heard now there's a couple of things here to consider. One, it's already been leaked that pretty much the entire creative team wants Kevin Owens to win because they don't think going down an Ethan Stevens booking road is what's best here. One, because the fans are getting jaded with it after they've been doing that for the last 2 or 3 years of practically every storyline they ever do. And 2, because they think it'll make Kevin Owens look stronger and really cement him as a future star, main event player.
Yeah, I mean...
But we've heard that McMahon really thinks Ethan Stevens is the best way.
Well, that's the thing. It's it would make sense for Kevin Owens to win because it makes more sense. The way I can summarize it is it makes more sense for this match for Kevin Owens to win than it makes more sense for John Cena to win. Because John Cena doesn't really have anything to lose. He's already been there, done that, whatever. Kevin Owens is a brand new star, stepping up to the stage. They want to build him as a monster heel, and he is getting some serious boos whenever he walks out. So I figure, in the interest of business and doing things for the business, yeah, I would put Owens over in a clean match as well, not some kind of
Yeah, do it
DQ'd
again.
or.
Basically, have him do what he did at Elimination Chamber again.
But I'm hoping they'll give them slightly longer this time as well, because the last match was, I think it was about 17 minutes, something like that.
Something like that, yeah, about a quarter of an hour.
So I'm hoping if they give them 20 or 25 minutes, they might be able to tell a little bit more of a story, which would lead up to the clean pinfall victory. I'm just interested in what order they're going to do the card, because to me, I would have Cena versus Owens on last. Isn't going to happen. It's always going to be the title match, which is still going to be a great match. More than likely.
I'm kind of glad about that, though. I'm kind of glad that they've got the world title back on TV. And if the world title is the main event match, then it sells the fact that the world title is actually a prize and something you should be going for.
True, but at the same
time, it's
time,
the main event card. That's the big fight. I mean, you wouldn't have in boxing the World Heavyweight Championship, Ali versus Tyson for the world title. That wouldn't be on the mid card. So why should it be on the mid card for wrestling?
Well, no, I understand that. It's just at the same time, by putting those guys on last,
I think Owens versus Cena should be second to last. I think it should be the one before the World Heavyweight title.
However, though, if I was to break down this card thinking of the way how WWE does things, Barrett versus Truth is obviously on the pre-show.
Pre-show, yeah.
More than likely, it will be the Money in the Bank match first.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm thinking, or potentially New Day versus PTP first, because that's almost kind of like a pre-show sort of dub, isn't it? It's in between.
Yeah.
So I would go New Day versus PTP, then the Money in the Bank, then probably Ryback versus Show, Cena versus Owens, then it will be the Divas match, because they always put the Divas match on before the championship match because everyone knows it's boring and they can use it for a refreshment break or whatever.
Yeah.
And then obviously the title match next. So yeah, I think John Cena versus Owen will be late mid-card. Will be the last sort of big mid-card match before the title match. So it's going to be an interesting pay-per-view. Oh,
I think my camera. Oh, my camera's just.
No, it's okay.
Reconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah, my camera disconnected and reconnected, and now in widescreen, so you can see a bit more of my awesome P1 shirt, which Marcus gave me on my birthday. So thank you, Marcus.
I'm actually wearing the Kevin Owens shirt tonight, showing my support. I sent out a tweet to Kevin and John earlier, and a couple of people favoured it. So I was like, "Well, you've got support here in Cornwall, Kevin."
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I think you're right with the order that they're going to go with.
We're probably going to be filming the reactions as well. So if anyone wants to look onto my channel, which I will.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Cause that'd be good for your channel for sure.
How do I change my logo?
Can easily be live stream. Easily live stream that as we're going along.
Yeah, I'll probably live stream Hangouts it. I'm just trying to find my cover logo so everyone. Oh, my profile is eligible for a custom URL. Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah, makes no sodding difference. Let me assure you.
I was going to say, why do I want to do that? But yeah, basically what I'll do is I will screen share my profile with you lovely people so you can see my YouTube channel. And later on, yes, we should be streaming live our reactions to the Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank. Get my channel up. In the meantime, what was next on the topic description? Which one did you want to do next?
I was going to go for my movie fights inspired topic. That would be Sir Christopher Lee's most iconic role. Because for those of you who don't know, the reason why we're doing this, if you've been living under a cave for the last couple of days, the legend, the absolute legend, and one of the most famous actors of our time, Sir Christopher Lee, passed away at, I think it's the age of 93.
He was pretty old.
Yeah, he was getting old, and so he passed away this week. So we're gonna do, in tribute to Sir Christopher Lee and his just absolute greatness as an actor, we're gonna do Sir Christopher Lee's most iconic role, which isn't on this week's movie fights, but it should be because it's timely for Sir Christopher Lee.
Yeah, did he die on the same day as Dusty?
Yep.
He did, yeah. It was the same day death, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's why I was going to talk about Dusty Rhodes second. I thought because it's wrestling, we'll save another wrestling.
Yeah. By the way, I'm screen sharing people. If you want to click on my logo, you'll see that's my channel there. And we will be live streaming probably in about, what time are we on now? 10, 11, 12, probably about 2 or 3 hours or so.
Yeah, something like that. Well, I think the pre-show starts at 12 o'clock in the United Kingdom.
Yeah. So we're going to be broadcasting live in about 2 or 3 hours. So if you want to tune in and watch that, go ahead. That would be great for us.
But yeah, that's it. That's where we'll be live streaming to. Yeah, because I mean, we do quite a fair bit of joint content, and some of it is on Marcus's channel. We can assure you, and like you can see us both playing Trials Fusion as well. That's on Marcus's channel. So yeah, that's all good stuff. But yeah, so here's what I'm going to do. So Christopher Lee's most iconic role. So for me, I was trying to think of what role when I think of Sir Christopher Lee, which role do I think of first?
Well, I just want to throw out a quick few facts about Christopher Lee before anybody.
Go right on ahead.
If anybody didn't know this, basically, Christopher Lee didn't try. Well, he tried acting at age 25. Not uncommon, average sort of whatever. But before that, did you know that Christopher Lee met Prince Yusupov and Dmitry Pavlovich in the 1920s, the guys that assassinated Rasputin?
I had heard that, yes.
He wanted to join the RAF in World War II, but he couldn't because of optic nerve problems in his eye, or something to do with his eyesight. So he actually took part in basically Churchill's Secret Service. He went behind enemy lines. He killed Nazis and everything else. He retook Sicily when they overrun Sicily. He was part of the crew that went in there. He did that for quite a while, and that's when he moved into acting in the 1950s, I believe it was. In 2007, I think he still holds the current record because he's done more since. But in 2007, Christopher Lee held the world record for being in over 244 movies and TV shows and TV appearances, and it only increased because he did more movies.
I'm pretty sure Samuel Jackson's on an all-out assault on that record at the moment, though.
Well, yeah, true, there is that. But
and Michael Fassbender.
Oh yeah, they're chasing that role very, very fast.
They're trying.
Christopher Lee was an opera singer and he loved metal as well, and released his Christopher Lee metal anthem I think it was 3 or 4 years ago.
I remember being shocked when that one came out.
I was shocked at how good it was, to be honest, when I listened to some of it. I was like,
that's the other thing that shocked me.
Basically, he got a band to play metal, he just sang, and it just worked really well. He was also an avid fencer. He was one of the top-ranked fencers in the world, I think. He was an avid golfer. He was also a step cousin to Ian Fleming, and apparently he was originally considered for the role of James Bond.
Now, actually, Christopher Lee is James Bond. Now, that would have been good.
That would have been interesting. But apparently, because he was committed to Hammer Films at the time, and there was contract issues, Ian Fleming couldn't get him to play Bond. But he wanted him to play Bond because of obviously all his Secret Service work, because he would have been the perfect man. I could
have easily seen him as a good replacement for Sean Connery, or maybe even in place of Sean Connery, maybe.
Yeah, and he was meant to be it, but apparently, no, that didn't come through. But back to topic, in terms of Christopher Lee's most famous films, this is a very broad topic because...
Or most famous roles, yeah.
If you speak to pretty much anybody on the street nowadays and say, okay, I'm going to say to you an actor's name, can you tell me what name first comes to your head? What film first comes to your head? And if you say Christopher Lee, most people instantly say, oh, wasn't he in Lord of the Rings? So Lord of the Rings is the most common one that everybody seems to know. But a lot of people forget he was in Dracula, he was in the original Wicker Man, he was in Star Wars as well.
Count Dooku.
He has been in so many different films, so many different Hammer films. It's unreal. I mean, if you ask somebody who's older than us, like in their 60s or 70s, and said, "Oh, Christopher Lee, who do you think of instantly?" They instantly say, "Oh, Dracula," because he was the original Dracula and probably still will be.
Oh, he's the most iconic Dracula, I think.
Yeah. And an interesting story, apparently, on the rebooted Dracula in the 70s, Christopher Lee actually had some kind of dispute with Hammer Films and said to them, "I will do this film, but just so you know, I'm going to refuse to speak. I do not want to say one line whatsoever in this film because I don't want to do it." And they basically said to him, "Well, we'd rather have you than somebody else play Dracula." So they actually, the reason Dracula doesn't speak in that 1977, I think it is, remake with Christopher Lee, is because Christopher Lee didn't want to talk. And basically, what Christopher Lee wants,
basically.
Yeah, they couldn't force him to do it. So that's the reason Dracula doesn't talk in that film, if anybody is a bit of a movie buff and knows that. In terms of iconic film roles, though, I mean, it's like I said, it's a very open-ended question because from our generation, we would look at The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, whereas people from an older generation would look back at Wicker Man and Dracula, etc., etc.
I was going to say the one I most commonly think of is Lord of the Rings. I mean, he was perfect as Saruman.
Well, apparently he wanted to be Gandalf.
I've heard that, yeah.
Because of his age and because of things like that, Gandalf's scenes are obviously a lot more sort of physical.
But he's just a bit too dark to be Gandalf, don't you think?
Yeah, he wouldn't have worked as Gandalf. He had that sort of really cold, menacing stare. That's probably why he got Dracula and stuff. It's just the way he looked.
Yeah.
You
and
could
his
see
voice as well.
Oh yeah,
Saruman so much better because he's kind of wise, but he's got a very, very large slash of evil going on there.
Well,
particularly when he's shouting to the mountains.
Oh yeah,
Fellowship.
Another interesting fact about Lord of the Rings: Return of the King is Saruman's death scene. Apparently, Christopher Lee was very against leaving it out and only having it for the extended version. He wanted that death scene to be in the film, and Peter Jackson didn't put it in because of time constraints. And apparently, Peter Jackson was trying to explain to Christopher Lee, when you get stabbed in the back, you have to do this kind of motion. And Christopher Lee was like, "Well, I've been in the Secret Services. Believe me, you do not make that noise if you get stabbed in the back," because he'd actually done it. So. Yeah, Christopher Lee was basically the man. But in terms of famous roles, the one that everyone seems to know and will probably always remember now because it's probably the most recent thing, with the exception of The Hobbit, being his biggest thing as of recently, was Lord of the Rings.
Well, yeah, but The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings are basically the same role. They're both
it's the same franchise, yeah. And Christopher Lee was a huge Tolkien fan, by the way, in case anyone was wondering, which explains his involvement and wanting to be Gandalf, but obviously couldn't do it. I would go with his most iconic role. Well, to me, his most iconic role ever was the original Dracula. But,
that's one. I knew I was forgetting one really famous appearance he had. For those who are also wondering, in relation to James Bond, he was the villain in The Man with the Golden Gun.
Was he in that? Was he?
Yeah, I can't remember what the villain's called in it.
I can't remember.
It's Francisco Scaramanga. That's it, Scaramanga.
Okay. Then I'm not really a huge James Bond fan. Admittedly, I haven't seen all the films.
I forgot he was in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Was he? Did he play in the two? He played in the remake of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, apparently.
Yeah, didn't he play that guy that in the original one tried to get the gobstoppers? When he, what was his name? I forget his fucking name. I know the character you're on about. I just can't remember who it is.
Dr. Wong. Oh no, that's who he played. He played his dad.
Yeah. I was thinking of completely the wrong character then. But again, those films, because he wasn't advertised as the main star. Well, I suppose technically he wasn't advertised as the main star in Lord of the Rings. But at the same time, I think Lord of the Rings, just because of the scale of it, that's probably going to be his most famous role is Saruman. That's how everyone's going to remember him, and it's not a bad role to be remembered by, to be fair.
No, it's probably one of the great I think it's one of the great performances of our time for sure.
Oh yeah, no, it was. I couldn't see anybody else playing Saruman.
No, absolutely not. It wouldn't have been right.
No, if the roles were reversed, it was Ian McKellen. I just don't think it would have been as good as that.
That would have been weird.
Yeah, Ian McKellen's good for Magneto, but that's probably about it in terms of villains, because Ian McKellen's just too nice.
Yeah. So the other person that we referred to, Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, the common man. No, that's how I was going to introduce it. The common man working hard with his hands is no longer working. He passed away as well. That's a big loss for the wrestling world. And the thing that amazes me about Dusty and also Christopher Lee, whilst I bring this point up, is just how long they kept working right up to the moment where they passed away. Because Dusty Rhodes has been quite heavily involved in NXT, and behind the scenes in WWE creative and advisory meetings, Dusty Rhodes is still around. And it wasn't even that long ago that he appeared on TV to settle the Cody Rhodes and Goldust dispute, which happened.
Yeah, that was only it was only a few months ago. Not even that, I don't think.
And obviously Christopher Lee, well, the Hobbit Battle of the Five Armies, that didn't exactly release that long ago.
Yeah, it's interesting that. But the American Dream, Wined and Dined with Kings and Queens, is now doing that on a big wrestling ring up in heaven, or wherever it is you go whenever you die. He's basically gone. Very sad day, because he was so influential in so many people's careers. And one quick story that I didn't write down, but I'm going to spout it out now because I remember it. Apparently, did you know Summer Rae was supposed to be called Kylie Summers originally? And Dusty Rhodes apparently went up to Vince and said, "There's no fucking superstar out there that's going to be called Kylie Summers."
No, I have a feeling that the type of superstar called Kylie Summers would more likely be of the spread her legs, lie in a bed for a movie role type of superstar. I'm referring to probably porn star if I'm thinking the name Kylie Summers.
Yeah, and Summer Rae didn't like it. She wasn't up for it at all. She went and spoke to Dusty, who was very close with all the NXT guys, because he had such a vested interest, I think, in the future as well. He was always looking forward, and I mean, you can see that in any of his matches as well. He was always, fairly keen to work with younger guys and make them look good. And there's
around 2007 in a big way.
Well, yeah, exactly, the legend killer thing. The thing is, you speak to almost anyone from the wrestling community, nobody has a bad word to say about Dusty Rhodes, because he was just golden. A few facts about Dusty Rhodes, and, well, it would be Christopher Lee as well, both of them tied in. Both of them died on the same day as John Wayne, which is interesting when you think Dusty Rhodes, John Wayne, you kind of make the connection between those two. Cowboys, all that sort of stuff. Dusty was a huge John Wayne fan. It was referenced in his promo. Was it Hard Times? Was his promo called, or Hard Knocks? No, it was Hard Times in WCW, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a reference from a John Wayne.
That was also a meme, wasn't it? Hard Times is doing this, isn't it? And then that became like a meme on the internet for memegene.net.
So he died on the same day as John Wayne, which, according to a lot of people, they said would have made him very happy, because John Wayne was one of his idols and his heroes. An interesting fact you might not have known is that Dusty Rhodes actually named his dog, and you'll be able to guess instantly from who Dusty obviously had his eye on for the future. He named one of his dogs Ty Black.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Gives you a clue as to who he liked. He was very good friends.
And for those of you who don't know who we're referring to Tyler Black, which was the name that Seth Rollins was using through his indie career.
Basically Ty Black is your current WWE champion, even though he doesn't hold the belt at the minute.
Even though Dean Ambrose has nicked and is walking around with his belt, yeah.
But
Oh, I love
again,
how
yeah,
they're making that a thing with Dean Ambrose, isn't it? He's basically been he's held many championship belts through the meaning of nicking the belt from the current champion.
yeah. See, it's interesting because guys like Ambrose and stuff, and all the younger guys, obviously they all looked up to Dusty, and Dusty had such a big part in their careers. So it's quite a very sad day for the wrestling world that Dusty died. A couple of other interesting, well, one interesting fact actually with Dusty Rhodes. I know he's in the WWE Hall of Fame and everything. Dusty Rhodes has held over 50 titles, none in the WWE at all. He had never held one type of championship in the WWE, never once.
That
Not even when it was the old WWF, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yeah, he never once held a title in the WWE.
I think I remember reading that Vince McMahon Sr. never thought it necessary to put the belt on Dusty because Dusty would draw anyway.
Yeah, basically.
That's what I remember. I think I remember reading that.
Again, because he was so good to the talent that he worked with, they didn't really need to put the belt on him. Add to the fact he'd already been NWA champion, WCW, everything else. You know, he was more of a territorial champion than a one company champion. But yeah, never held a title in WWE history, which is interesting, which is strange because in 1978, I think it was, he was actually in quite a long title feud with superstar Billy Graham, who was the champion at the time. And apparently they had loads of matches, and the most famous one was the Texas Bull Rope match, where apparently Dusty legitimately fucked up Billy Graham. He whipped him and he bled, and all. Billy Graham won, retained the title. But yeah, Dusty basically put the boots to Billy Graham, which nobody had ever really done before.
Yeah, I think everyone was too afraid to do it.
Well, I mean, Billy Graham was. Well, I mean,
yeah, you look at Billy Graham.
Yeah, but I mean, Billy Graham at his peak, he's not the kind of man that you would probably argue with, to be honest. But Dusty did. He basically put his foot down. He was like, well, probably something I can imagine being like, well, brother, we're going to have a match, but I'm going to kick your ass. Like, legitimately. And he actually did legitimately kick the shit out of Billy Graham, which not many people did. Which was an interesting fact, and that's all I had written down on Dusty because I didn't have time to do any more facts. But there are, if anybody does know any more facts, pop them in the comment box so we can read them out.
Yeah, pop them in the comment box. That's always a help. Haven't had any comments yet for this episode. We've had the people viewing thing tick over to 3 at one point, but not for long.
Well, in that case, I'm going to screen share my channel as well because I'm trying to boost.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we're on 1 at the moment.
Oh, okay, I won't bother then. Yeah, that's all I had written down for Dusty. But yeah, very sad day in the wrestling world and the acting world this week.
Yeah,
very morbid week.
Yeah, very sad, tragic week. So, car talk.
Okay, while you do this, I'm going to grab an energy drink because Glen will be telling you in detail about this car, and there's a reason why. I will be back.
I'm hoping actually Marcus will be able to help share with this car, but first things first, I'm going to make sure I found the pictures. Yes, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to hit screen share, and at one point you're also going to see. Here we go. This is it. This is the car. Okay, so I've got to be careful about going onto my profile, otherwise it will create like a big time, like twisted dimension thing, which you don't want going on. So, this is the car we are talking about today. It is the Seat Ibiza 1.2 TSI FR Black. Now, a couple of things you need to know about it. First of all, as the name suggests, it's a 1.2 turbo engine, and I think I added an F into the episode description. I did. Anyway, it has a 1.2 turbo engine producing 105 brake horsepower, and this is where I'm going to have to apologise because I forgot the number of torques. I forgot the amount of torque. I think it's got more torque than it has actual brake horsepower. I can't remember the number. But yes, 105 brake horsepower, 0 to 60, 9.8 seconds, top speed, 118 miles an hour. So this is not a slouch. Really isn't a slouch. And for those of you who are preoccupied with saving the planet for all the polar bears and grizzly bears and other bears, it also does a 55 miles per gallon on the combined cycle. Pretty easily, actually. as it turns out, as I've been finding out. Yes, and that's the other thing that Marcus was referring to. Because this is my car, that's why I'm going to be able to talk to you in great detail. It is my car, so well, that's a bit of a dinky picture. That one's been lowered. Here's another picture. Yeah. Any pictures of the interiors? Sort of. That's not the FR model. Oh, actually, I think it is. Yeah. Okay. That's a bit like, yeah, that's very similar to the interior I've got, but I don't have this little thing down here. Yeah, so things you need to know about the FR Black other than speed and economy. First of all, first things first. So for the chassis, the chassis is essentially the same as the Volkswagen Polo, which is also what you get in the Fabia, I believe. I believe it's the Fabia. It also has the VW Polo chassis. Only difference between, the, say, Ibiza and the Volkswagen Polo, for me, I believe that the Ibiza has a much better body. I think that it looks more stylish. Cues such as the sort of sweep down the door, followed by another sweep, the sports, I just think it's better. Plus, I think the interior is slightly more nicely styled, because in the Golfs have always been a bit of a well-made but ever so slightly sensible and very conservative. It's more function over style with a Ibiza, with a Volkswagen. Sorry, if I could speak, it might help. But with the Seat, as you can see from this picture, this isn't quite the same model I have because it's a semi-automatic, but it's generally, you've got more styling cues going on here. You've got more of a curve around the driver. You've got a proper sports steering wheel. You also have FR badging. You can't see it on here, but I have two-tone stitching around here. You've got plenty of soft touch leather going on. You've got Alcantara seats with leather as well. You've got this. I think I like the dash. The dash is very functional, but it also looks quite stylish, I think, with the whole sweep over here. It's a good-looking car, in and out, I think, the Ibiza, and that's the picture I'm putting on. There's another picture of it. That's another good one. Actually, this is another very good one, because as a matter of fact, here you go, you've got some two-tone stitching, and you've got the sat-nav. That's the next thing I was going to talk to you about, is gadgets, because the FR Black comes with basically every gadget under the sun. So you've got a sat-nav, a Garmin sat-nav, which compares with your car. You can have that displaying revs, you can have it displaying outside temperature, you can have it displaying anything you want. It also can display every key stat on your trick computer, such as average speed, such as average miles per gallon, the current miles per gallon, the current speed, and all these types of things. There's plenty on there to keep your passengers entertained about your driving style. It also forms the basis for your car's phone. So you can sync up your phone and all that for it. And you can take hands-free calls in your car. Something that was only previously on Mercedes S-classes, for instance. The other thing you can do is, of course, have it as the general media center. And finally, the most obvious thing, it's a sat-nav. And a very good one at that. Gives you multiple routes home. It doesn't just give you, oh, this is the route home, you're gonna follow me. No, you can choose from, well, we tried from a little village in Cornwall to try and get back to Marcus's home. Gave us 5 different potential routes, if I'm not mistaken. We picked the best one, and plus it recalculates pretty quickly. It's a very good sat nav. Other things, it plays your iPod, and it plays music from your phone via Bluetooth. So you don't have to play with it. So you're not stuck to just radio or CD player, which is quite nice. And I'm going to see if I can find another picture of the exterior for you, which I might be able to do. Oh, look, the back. Oh, yeah, twin pipes there, right here. So the FR Black. So why would you want the black instead of a normal FR? It's a good question, because I believe the black is an extra £500 in the UK to have the black. I don't know why I did quotation marks, but I did. So the first things you need to know are the front bumper, which you cannot see in this picture. That's unique. You don't get as many black details. You don't get the black details around the headlights there. The other thing with the black is you get the specialized rear bumper with these twin pipes. That's also unique to the FR Black, with the black surrounds here on the windows and here. Also on the black, it does special. It does have the black mirror design to contrast with your car, and you also get unique black rims. And I believe the actual half Alcantara, half leather is also unique to the black, or at least that's what I got sold on. So. Yeah, as Marcus said, I can tell you quite a fair bit about this car. I can also tell you the fact that other gadgets to help you driving. So it can switch between electronic and hydraulic steering, basically. It's not that it's so much switches like it has one and then the other, and they just like switch in the middle. But if you turn off the traction control, what I find is that the steering tends to weight up, and the steering tends to have more feel to it when you've got the traction control off, which I think means it dulls down the electronic assistance that you get when you turn the traction control on. This is good because when you turn the traction control off, you need better steering feel to better feel, better, yes, or I use the word feel, but you can tell where the grip on the road is much better with the hydraulic steering, because you can feel the bumps in the steering wheel. You can feel how hard your front tyres are having to work to give you the grip. That's the benefit to it. Oh yeah, the other thing with the black, here we go, since I found the bumper again. This part of the bumper, that's unique to the black. Also, these black details around these running lights are also apparently unique. So, like I said, with the black, you get the switching electronic and hydraulic power steering. You also get another great array of driving aids. Like I said, traction control couples with stability control, turn it on and off. You can also, something which I found really easy to use is the fact that you've also got automatic brakes to hold you on a hill climb. So if you want to do a hill start, whack your brakes on, and you don't have to keep the brakes on or the handbrake on. It will keep you there once you take your foot off the brake and go. It's just brilliant. I was going to do a separate video about the car so I can show you some moving pictures of the whole thing, but I decided not to go down that route, and you just saw a page flash up on the screen briefly. But yes, that is off the top of my head what I know. And by the way, in case you don't believe me about it being the top of my head, oh hello. I don't know if you can see it. It says Car Talk. It just says my car. That's all it says. Oh yeah, retail price for anybody who cares. Full price for the car is £17,000. Because I bought it at a special trade show, I got it at £12,000. So that's how I'm able to afford it. But yeah, and Marcus can also probably tell you a bit about what it's like to be a passenger in the car.
It's a very, very comfy ride. Let's put it that way. Very smooth, seems very easy to drive. It's got basically everything you need on it. It's basically a driver's car, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely a way to put it. It's a driver's car. In every way of the word, it is a very, very, very good car to drive. And if you want one, I can recommend you go and get yourself a Seat Ibiza from Dale Scoria. The man you want to see is Dan Trestrail, and if you do that, I get a £75 referral bonus. So even if you're in America, come on over down to Cornwall, buy your car from Dan Trestrail, and you'll be helping me out big time financially. Before I might get that plug in there for good old Dan, who gave me a phone. Plug. Yeah, but he gave me a phone call earlier whilst I was at work to see if I was enjoying my life and say I'd be and if I had any problems or anything like that. Which obviously I don't.
Oh, just sort of another quick topic. I'll grab it while I remember.
Okay. Well, we're alone again. He's back. Here he comes. No, he's getting the headphones on. Here we go. I'm intrigued. My curiosity has been piqued.
Nothing too intriguing, but
oh yeah, UPW merch.
You can now buy official UPW merchandise. You can buy it. It's official. It's not on One Stop Shop or anything yet, or 1 Hour Tees or anything like that. But if you would like to sport one of these fetching T-shirts, which I might be wearing later for the pay-per-view match, please do get in contact with Glen. Glen can sort you out with some UPW official, unofficial merchandise.
I will have to point out to you, though, that if you have to get it from me, there's a slight issue because I have to pay for the creation of the shirt, so it'll probably be more expensive than if we can get it on ProWrestlingTees.com. But we would like to definitely do that. And we've also got ideas for other merchandise lines to come. But yeah, the UPW Professional Unprofessional shirt is the first official merchandise for UPW.
Yeah, we're going to be having a merchandise brand hopefully coming out soon. So once we finalise all the deals and get all the cards on the table, 1 Hour Tees will probably pick it up.
Hopefully.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd like it if they did. It's actually quite a nice merch.
It's a nice merch line, yeah. I think we need to come together and make up some catchphrases for some. We're looking at things like caps, wristbands.
Well, that's a bit more like it has to be going on there.
Yeah, baseball bats, branded stuff, probably UPW inspired weaponry that you can beat up your family and friends with. By that we mean sellotape some bacon trays together and write UPW on it, put some barbed wire on it or something.
Yeah, something along those lines. We also are thinking about offering the UPW experience. So if you want to experience the UPW experience, get yourself a mattress and some cushions, put them loosely on the floor, jump off your sofa and botch a 5-star frog splash. That's how you do the UPW experience. You get a very broken knee.
Yeah, clash knees, butt heads, take a choke slam and land on your side. Just do wrestling very badly, and then you'll be in the same league as us.
Yeah, basically. So my other topic was Chris Pratt has been announced as the new Indiana Jones.
Has he been announced, though?
Yes.
Has he actually officially been confirmed?
Yes.
Are you 100% sure on that?
Pretty 100% sure, yeah.
Because I went on the internet and did a little bit of digging, and
I also need to go for a poo. Big time. Sorry, I gotta go. I hope carry on with your digging.
I'll try and carry the show for now. Basically, Glen was saying that it's 100% approved and confirmed that I think this is a first for Host Pro. Glen's actually left the desk. Weird. Yeah, Chris Pratt has basically, well, it says that he's been confirmed for Indiana Jones. I saw a little snippet of an interview that somebody had did with Chris Pratt while they caught him while he was getting off a plane, because obviously Jurassic World launched this week. Apparently it's fucking fantastic and everybody should go and see it. I have yet to see it. It's one of the films I want to see, and everybody has said it's fantastic and you need to go and see it like immediately, so go and see it. Apparently they wanted Chris Pratt because they want to reboost the Indiana Jones franchise, which is no secret. Especially after Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which was a bit of a flop, shall we say, on Indy's part. Yeah, they're looking to reboot the franchise, and obviously when you reboot a franchise, you need a fresh actor to inject some life into it. Chris Pratt got off the plane and they said to him, "Oh, apparently you're Indiana Jones." And Chris Pratt's initial reaction was, "Oh, am I? I didn't know about that." He said he basically just got out of the jungle fighting massive sea monsters, and now apparently he's Indiana Jones. So whether or not it's 100% confirmed, I don't know, because Chris Pratt has obviously signed on for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. There's so many different films that he's signed up for. Bear with me a second, I'll find some of them. I had an article up on Chris Pratt earlier. I tried to write it all down, but I ran out of time. Chris Pratt. See, this is the actual quote from Chris Pratt. Yeah, it's TMZ caught up with Pratt to get a statement about the potential casting. Actually ambushed is a more accurate word, as he'd just gotten off the plane when he was bombarded by the cameras. Nevertheless, when asked about whether he was in talks to become the new Indy, the Guardians of the Galaxy star said, "Oh, my phone just glitched. No, I don't know." This is an actual quote from Chris Pratt, by the way. "No, I don't know. I just got back from being in the woods killing a bunch of stuff. Maybe, but this is very jarring. I had no idea. First time hearing of it." So that's interesting. Obviously, there's been huge talk about bringing back the franchise, but he's obviously got Guardians of the Galaxy 2 coming up, as well as the Magnificent Seven remake with Denzel Washington as well. That's coming up. I mean, his job list is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. He's, taking on so many films, and apparently something to do with more Lego movies. He's got to do some more voiceover work or something. Although I did read on here, I don't know if it's still on here or not. Excuse me, my phone's being a bit of a moron. It's not letting me do anything. Here we go. Apparently, I can't remember where it was, but there was talk as well. Apparently, it's going to be a choice between Chris Pratt playing the new Indiana Jones and Bradley Cooper playing Indiana Jones. I think Bradley Cooper isn't so hot on the idea because he's not exactly an action hero star. But at the same time, I think Bradley Cooper could bring something quite interesting to it, although I highly doubt they'll go down that road. Welcome back. How was that? I think I just said, I think that's a first. That's the first time you've ever left the Host Pro desk to attend to more pressing matters.
Yeah, there have been times where I've needed to in the past, but never quite got.
I hope you've washed your hands. Hygiene is clinical.
Yeah.
Good. If you type Chris Pratt into Google, well, if you type in Chris Pratt Indiana Jones, he hasn't been confirmed. Apparently, there was talks about it, and Steven Spielberg wants to direct Chris Pratt. If you look on the website I was looking at, which was, hang on.
That's interesting. I've heard it being confirmed.
If you type in, well, it's on cinemablend.com. If you go on to Cinema Blend and maybe type in Chris Pratt, you'll actually see a quote.
Oh, yeah.
Him. Yeah, there's talks of it, but he hasn't been confirmed yet, because I don't think they've even started writing the new Indiana Jones yet.
Indeed. Yeah, that's weird. I thought I'd heard he'd been announced.
No, he's being considered, and apparently, I was saying, just as you got back, the other replacement they were thinking of was Bradley Cooper as the restar of Indiana Jones, which I think would be good, but I don't think Bradley Cooper's not really an action film kind of guy, though, to be honest.
Well, he does do action films, but I don't think it's the right type. I think Chris Pratt, if I could choose any replacement for Harrison Ford, I think I'd choose Chris Pratt. I just think he'd bring a certain wit to Indiana Jones.
He hasn't been confirmed yet, but they are in talks apparently, and because I was just saying, they've just come off Jurassic World as well, which released this week, which apparently is fucking amazing. Apparently, it's a great film.
Yeah, I've heard that, and I really want to go and see it. I'm tempted to watch a load of videos about it, but I know I'll be pissed off when I find out about spoilers.
Yeah, so that's one film that's on the bucket list to watch. He's fresh
not
off
sure
that.
when we're going to do it.
And they said to him, are you playing Indiana Jones? And he was like, well, it's news to me. This is the first I've heard of it. But I don't think he's against the idea. Put it that way.
I'm pretty sure Chris Pratt will take on any big role he can get.
The only trouble is you don't want to overwork yourself, because you figure he's got Guardians of the Galaxy 2, the Magnificent Seven remake. He's got Lego movies that he needs to add his voice to and stuff. So he doesn't really want to take on too much work. But I think they're talking, maybe looking at starting principal filming and stuff on the new indies, probably around about like 2017. So we've still got a couple of years yet before they even look at it. So in terms of star power, no, I think Chris Pratt would be a good choice.
Yeah, no, I think he'd be good. I'm pretty sure he'd be good.
I'll probably end up going to Samuel L. Jackson or Michael Fassbender, to be honest.
Do you know what's really funny? What's really funny, just as you mentioned that, I just went on IMDb, and there's literally a message board, recent posts, Michael Fassbender as Indy. I'm not even joking.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I really don't think so.
I like Michael Fassbender, but not. I think I think Michael Fassbender, though. I think they're still. Aren't they going to be doing some more X-Men films soon as well?
I'm sure about that. Yeah. I don't know which cast it's going to be though.
Well, imagine if they're smart, it'd be the same cast as was in. What was the most recent one they did? Days of Future Past.
Yeah, Days of Future Past.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. That was quite a while because normally they with X-Men films normally they bash them out quite quickly, don't they? But I don't know. I think it's to do with like stars not being able to come back in time, and they've got like set aside projects and stuff like that. So yes, hello. Yes, hello.
Yes, Marge.
He's much more calmed down since he's had his balls removed, but the unfortunate side effect is he doesn't want to leave my side, which I don't mind so much. But
it's a lot better than having him want to claw your face off.
oh god, yeah. The bruise on my leg has finally gone down as well. It's almost barely visible. So this week off was good. I'm basically back to about 80% health now, as opposed to last week when I was probably about 12 after some savage attack by someone vicious. He's fine.
Yeah, he would be.
So Chris Pratt. So what else was there? I think it was there's Shia LaBeouf and then there's Would You Rather's.
Yeah. Should we go for Would You Rather's?
We can do those if you want.
Yeah, let's do them. So I didn't find anything that weird or that complicated, unfortunately. But the ones I have found, first one, would you rather speak in Shakespearean English all the time or only be able to speak to the rhythm of Hips Don't Lie by Shakira?
Shakespearean.
Yeah, same.
Easy.
Right?
Easy.
It's not even, like I say, it wasn't that difficult a question. I mean, it's just, I mean, it's like, Hips Don't Lie is a pretty average pop song, but Shakespearean English makes you sound eloquent, and you can basically talk the pants off any girl with Shakespearean English.
Yeah, I think Shakespearean English would be a much better skill to have than a song only being able to speak to that song and that tune and that rhythm for the rest of your life. No, I don't think so. I'd much rather prefer to speak Shakespearean.
Yeah, it's more variety, yeah, and it opens up your doors for whatever else you want to sing.
Yeah.
So the second Would You Rather I came up with, or found, I should say, on the Reddit, was would you rather have a nipple-sized penis or penis-sized nipples?
That's a tough one though, because nipples are all different shapes and stuff. Are we going by an average nipple or?
I don't know, just whatever size your nipples are, I guess.
Would I rather have my penis the size of my nipples or my nipples the size of my penis?
Yeah.
I'd probably go for nipple penis, probably because you can just use that anti-chafing tape. You'd be fucked going for penis nipples. Jesus, there's no way you could hide those fuckers.
Yeah, but at the same time,
you'd have to wear a bra.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you have penis nipples, then you still have a big penis to do the main job.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's why I'd go for penis nipples. But in your case, like I said, fucking hell, you're going to have to get like a C or a D cup bra to hide those fuckers.
I know, I just wanted something. Okay, so the last Would You Rather, right? So for those of you who know Machinima Inbox back in the day, they used to do, it was APL and SARC. And somebody asked this question, which today popped up on the Reddit. So I was just like, hell, let's do it. Let's do this Would You Rather, which was a very, very weird one. Let's see if Marcus can spot the flaw in this question, which is Machinima were able to do very, very easily. So, like I say, this popped up on today's Would You Rather Reddit. Goes like this. So, Marcus, would you rather have unlimited bacon but no more games, or would you rather have unlimited games and no video games?
Unlimited games? What, like?
Yeah. So would you rather have unlimited bacon but no more games, or unlimited games and no games? I can see the look in your face.
I don't even know what to make of that. Unlimited bacon but no games, or unlimited games or no games.
No games, yeah.
Surely the outcome of each one is exactly the same if you were to go for the other answer.
Well, yeah, that was the kind of the flaw and the problem.
Surely the whole point of a would you rather comparative situation is two situations that have a similar yet different outcome. Both of them, if you were to say, oh, I want unlimited, I'd want unlimited bacon, so no games, and then you also said, oh, but I want no games and unlimited. What? That doesn't even make sense.
No, this is from the episode, by the way, the original episode where this aired, where this question originally appeared, was failed genie school.
Well,
Mr. Sark did his whole bit as a genie. He's like, would you rather have unlimited bacon but no more games, or would you rather have games? Unlimited games and no games. You fucking idiots. Just take the bacon. I failed genie school. I know, right? It's like, serious. I was actually surprised when I saw this pop up on the Would You Rather Reddit. I was just like, I get to do a Mr. Sark impression on the show.
Yeah, that just basically, I don't know if that's a legit asking, like, would you rather or not, or if someone's trying to take the piss, but
I don't know. I think it was somebody who didn't proofread their question when they sent it.
Yeah, I imagine so. But I would, well, in that scenario, then I guess either way, I'd have to take the unlimited games because.
What? You're gonna take the unlimited games and no games, dude. I'm taking the bacon because at least in that scenario, I get bacon. If I take games and no games, if I take unlimited games and no games, it's like I've just got gains and they've all been taken away from me instantly.
No, but it said, would you rather have games or no games?
Games and no games, yeah, that's the thing. Would you rather have unlimited bacon but no games, or would you rather have unlimited video games and no games? Hang on.
Well, in that case, then obviously the answer is bacon, but...
Yeah. It's the stupidest, least thought out, least proofread question in world history.
Yeah, I don't think that's a very good one. So yeah, bacon, I guess. Well done to whoever wrote that. You fucking moron. Jesus Christ.
No. We have basically had the exact same. You've had exactly the same reaction as Mission in the Inbox when you got that one.
That was a pretty stupid question that they.
I know. I was staggered to see it appear on the Reddit today. I was just like, oh, we're so doing that one. I just want to see what Marcus fixed of it.
Not much. That's all I can say.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Yeah. So the last topic was about the most inspirational man in world history. And I'm not talking about Bo Dallas. I am talking, of course, about Shia LaBeouf's green screen motivational speech video. And yeah, you have got to see this because it will change your life.
Kind of, yeah. It'll give you a different perspective on just how many drugs that Shia LaBeouf must actually be on to make an inspirational speech like that.
Okay, should we watch this with people that react to this? Like, okay, what I'm going to do...
Play it with sound or not?
I don't know. Don't think so.
I'll try it on here as well. Actually, you might be able to hear because it'll come through the speakers on the laptop, actually.
Shia LaBeouf green screen. Okay, so people that you need to know, so that people can watch along with us as we do this one. The video I'm intending to watch is Shia LaBeouf delivers the most intense motivational speech of all time. And to find it, all I did was type in Shia LaBeouf green screen.
You don't even have to type that in. You just have to type in Shia LaBeouf. It's the first thing that comes up. Yeah, it's the first thing.
Yeah, it's on 9 million views by Mike Mohammed. I'm going to click on this, get the video ready.
I'm all ready to go.
You're ready to go? Okay, so this is just fucking great. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, everybody, go! Oh, here we go. Yes!
What the fuck is it with the... Do it! Do it!
I love that bit where he turns to the side and he just goes, do it!
Nothing
No.
is impossible.
No. That bit is like, what the fuck? It's like intense. It's really... Yeah. It's that bit. What the fuck is that?
It's like a kind of... It's a cross, really, between sort of like Hulk Hogan...
It's like a hardcore cross with Hulk Hogan, yeah.
But crossed in with a bit of Christian Bale as well, because I'm reminded of Christian Bale's rant back in on Terminator Salvation. When he was with the cameraman, and he was like, "What the fuck is your problem? What is it with you?"
It is. It's just like a proper rant. It's basically him just shouting, "Do it" over and over and over again. I love that. It's the hand actions. He's like, "Do it, do it."
He's very exasperated in his kind of Hulkamaniac sort of style of "Do it." He's doing all that.
Have you seen the video by IGN, Shia LaBeouf ruins superhero movies?
Yeah, I think I saw that one. I saw the WWE version of it as well.
Oh, I haven't seen the WWE one yet.
I think it's on WWE's channel. If you just look it up quickly, it'll be there. I think it's in a match with, is it John Cena or something? He's trying to climb a ladder or whatever, and Shia LaBeouf's there just going, "Do it! Just do it!"
Do you want to? I'm going to watch the superhero one because there's a scene in it which really cracks me up.
All right, if you do that, I'll find the link for the WWE one.
Yeah.
Hang on, where is it? I'm pretty sure it was on. It's actually on their page as well.
Yeah, okay, so people who are going to watch this one, it's Shia LaBeouf ruins superhero movies, IGN original. So that's what I'm watching, and I'm going to watch it now, and you're going to get my reactions. So here we go.
I'm going to
it's
paste
Thor.
In the chat. I'm going to paste the, and it was Shawn Michaels, by the way. Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair.
Do it. Yeah, lift up Thor's hammer. There it goes. Turns out it's not so easy. That's the one. Turn sides. Do it. I love Shia LaBeouf in that scene with the Days of Future Past. Yeah, you're not going to stop there.
Oh, Shia LaBeouf believes, does he? Let's have a look.
Yeah, he's tries to get Ronan to bring down the hammer. This bit.
Got another one here for you. This is a Bo Dallas inspired Shia LaBeouf.
I just love that bit. I love that bit of it where he goes, where he's there saying, okay, I've got the bullies thing up. I love that bit where he goes, "For those of you attempting to flee, just do it." I'm just like, that's good. And then he goes, "Today, tomorrow, you reclaim your city. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. Just do it." That bit makes me laugh. That cracks me up every time. Okay, so Shia LaBeouf believes happening now.
Yeah, the Shawn Michaels one is funnier, but the Bo Lee one is quite funny.
Okay. Well, at the moment, it's just this Titantron. To be fair.
It's okay. It rolls on.
Uh-oh. Okay, I get it.
The first one's much funnier. Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair, and it's actually a WWE edit as well. They actually put it on their channel.
Okay, yeah, that's quite good. So you say it's on their channel.
Yeah, it's if you click the first link, it's actually done by WWE themselves, which is interesting.
So which one was it called again?
So there's 2 links I put in the chats. The first one, it ends in SL8.
Okay. SL8. Oh, wait a minute. Shia LaBeouf's motivational. Oh god, in the the retirement match. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's a good sweet chin.
Yeah, I thought that one was quite good.
Oh! Yeah, that was a good one. That's quite good actually. I'll give you that.
Yeah, so if you're looking for some inspiration, just YouTube Shia LaBeouf. That's all you have to do.
And you'll get there are some really funny ones like from A Space Odyssey. Is it 2000? A Space Odyssey? And how the computer, and he's talking about getting through the airlock. He's like, I will come through the airlock. He's like, you'll find that difficult to do without your mask, sir. And then Shia LaBeouf just goes, nothing is impossible. And he's just like, open the airlock doors, Hal. I can't do that, sir. Yes, you can. He's like, just do it. It's brilliant. It's just it is crazy though. That meme is actually really funny. I can think of some really, really, really good ones. Probably I could do with that.
Just gone back and I'm watching Money in the Bank 2013. This was Punk's last Money in the Bank match.
Yep.
It's when Heyman turned on him, wasn't it? And he cut him open with a ladder.
Yes, that's the one. So that's all the topics I've got for this week's show.
It's only about an hour till the pre-show as well.
Yeah, it's only an hour towards the pre-show, so I might have to log off, might have to sign off and go and get ready for the Money in the Bank live stream.
Yeah, I'll have to sort out my computer. I'll do one more. Is anybody watching? Because I'll do another screen share of my channel. I doubt they are. But...
Unfortunately, no.
Oh dear.
I think the interest is people in the show.
But yeah, anybody that watches this within the next probably hour, or well, actually within the next couple of hours, we'll be live streaming on my channel our reactions to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So if you want to watch that,
remember to tweet and live stream that. Tweet and Facebook it.
I've already screen shared my channel. If not, just go to youtube.com/user/MarcusOsborne1. And you'll be able to watch the live stream. If not, you'll be able to watch the live stream after it's happened on my channel anyway. So,
yep. And if you are watching this after Money in the Bank and you want to see what we thought of Money in the Bank as we were watching it, then go ahead. Go right on over there. If you're watching this part of the podcast and it's Tuesday, go and watch the live stream as well. That'd be awesome because everything that me and Marcus do is fucking incredible. Yeah, that's basically an order. Or you could just, oh yeah, whatever. I'm gonna do it. You know, watch the live stream. Just do it. Yesterday you said tomorrow, so just do it. Watch our live stream. Watch our Rhodes Pro. Watch UPW. Just do it. Don't let your dreams. You know, fuck it. Just watch it. It's going to be amazing. So, for this Host Pro, that is it. We are kaput. We have done everything. I'm doing a square with my hands, which means the show is over. So, thank you very much for watching. Thank you to Marcus for once again gracing us with his presence. We hopefully will see you again at the normal scheduled time for Host Pro, which is 8 o'clock. Hopefully, we'll see you at the actual scheduled time next time around. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I am the Chun, and you aren't, and neither is Marcus.